What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with another Sephora haul. This time is for the Friends and Family 20% off sale. I have a friend who provided me with the coupon code and I have never been able to take advantage of the Friends and Family sale. So I was really excited. And so just a heads up, I also placed another order with the VIB Rouge sale. And so there will be another haul coming up very, very soon. But I did a little bit of damage. You guys know that I love to shop all things makeup. And in fact, my husband told me the other day that I hadn't bought shoes in a while. And so there's just too much coming out in the makeup world to have money for anything else. So let's go ahead and dig right into this because there is a lot of stuff in this box. Okay, I am not going to go in any particular order. I am just going to pull stuff out of this box and go from there. I will give you swatches of most of these items so that you have an idea of what they are. And that way, because we are still in the VIB Rouge, I guess, time frame, if you see some stuff in this haul, you can still pick it up at the discount. So let's get started. The first thing I picked up was the Josie Maran Nourishing Argan Oil Skincare Collection. It looks like this. It was $49 and it comes with the full size of the organic argan oil. Now I use this for my hair. I have very thin, fine hair, and I have found that this helps my hair be a little bit healthier. I use it after I come out of the shower when my hair's still not wet, but after it's dried down just a little bit. I put some in, and it has done wonders for my hair. So this is a repurchase. So I purchased it for this, but really it was just a couple dollars more than the regular bottle, and I got all of this other free stuff. One of them is the Argan Cleansing Oil. You get a little deluxe sample size of the whipped argan oil face butter, and then you get a very deluxe size sample of the argan oil milk. So that's what that looks like. I think it's a great deal. I mean, if you're in the market to pick this up anyways, you may as well just get a set because it's a better value. The next item is also a Josie Maran item, and it is the Divine Drip Argan Oil and Honey Butter Balm. Now, if you watched my VIB sale recommendations, I recommended the Josie Maran body butter, and the reason I did is because I use that as my night cream on my face. Sometime back, Josie Maran had mentioned on QVC that that is not only for the body, but you can also, it's safe to use on the face as well. That has done such amazing things for my skin. It keeps my skin so soft. So I was looking to try this one. This one's a butter balm, so it's actually a little bit thicker. So it's a little bit more expensive and you get a little bit less product than you do in the actual body butter. I think that one's 8 ounces and this one's 5 ounces. But I wanted to try it out because it's a little thicker, and now that we're going into the winter months, I thought maybe I'm gonna love this. So this is what it looks like. And I got mine in the scent Honey Peach. I smelled the honey version at the store and I really wasn't crazy about it. And you know, once you put something on your face, you're smelling it for hours. And so I took a risk and ordered the Honey Peach, and I'm so glad that I did. It smells very, very pleasant. It has more of a peachy scent than anything, and it's not overpowering. But it does come full to the top, which is nice. A lot of times they get chintzy and they bring that down here, but no, this is full to the top. You get 5 ounces as opposed to the body butter, which is 8 ounces. And I think this was about 44 and the body butter is about 35. So I decided to pick this one up with the sale, and that way I can test it out and see if I like it just as good or better than the regular body butter. Along the same lines of skincare, I picked up the Pharmacy Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydration Mask. I have heard incredible things about this, and I usually try to hold off on buying masks like this during the sale just because you save that money and they just can be so pricey at regular price. But this, even on QVC, I mean, it gets raved about. So the last time I was in the store, I swatched it on my hand and it was so soft. It really does have a honey consistency. Let me see if I can open this up. And so I thought, I'm gonna try this out. And my mom's been wanting to try it too, so I told her I'd scoop a little bit into a little jar for her so that she can try it out as well. Okay, I feel like it's a puzzle to get this thing out of the box. So after you take off the sleeve, then you kind of have to figure out how to get it all opened up. It's like a puzzle. But anyways, Here's what it looks like. It comes with a little spatula, which is nice. It's like magnetized, so it kind of just plops onto the top there. But you get a large amount of product right there, and it does look like honey. You get, actually, let me tell you, let me see if I can find the size. I guess I can't, I'm sorry. Okay, when you open it up, it also comes full, pretty much full to the top. No, no chintzy product there. So that one does come full, and it doesn't really have, I can't tell any kind of strong scent. I can't tell any kind of scent at all. I know some of y'all are very sensitive to scents on your face. You know, you either sensitive skin or it's just too overpowering for you. I don't detect any smell in this. So more to come on this. I will let you know if it works or not. So let me, real quick, I didn't even give you the description of what the mask is supposed to do, so that might be helpful. There's a million masks out there, and so this one says it's a warming massage mask that nourishes and revitalizes the skin for a glowing, smooth complexion. An intensely moisturizing combination of honey, propolis, I hope I said that right, which is a healing antiseptic found in beehives, and amino acid-rich royal jelly. It enhances skin renewal for a younger appearance. The super hydrating mask with natural honey sugars is rich in amino acids and essential B vitamins. It gently warms and transforms into a rich cream as it's massaged into the face, soothing and revitalizing the skin. So it sounds really nice. Like I said, I've heard really good things about it. So we'll see. What works for one may not work for another. So I'm hoping I'm one of those people that it does work for. Okay, the next thing I picked up was the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. I have been wanting to try this ever since it released. I just wanted to wait for the sale. It's funny how me, and I'm sure a lot of y'all will say, oh, I waited for this for the sale, yet in between time, we're still picking up products at regular price. So what keeps us from buying some things, you know, at regular price and waiting for the sale on others? I'll never know, but I'm one of those people who's guilty of doing that. So this is what the box looks like. I did swatch this in the store, and I love how it has like almost like a shimmery finish. It is a translucent powder, so I don't, usually they don't have that, but I loved the finish, and I know a lot of people love to use this on their under eyes. So it comes in a jar like this. Oops, sorry. So it has her logo on the top, and then you get a very significant amount of product, and then the little sifter is in, I don't know if you can tell, it's in the shape of a star, which I think is really, really cute. I love it when they do little details like that because it shows you that they pay attention to those things, and, you know, things that maybe some people don't notice. But you do get a very good amount of product. It's 0.67 ounces, which is quite a bit. Okay, this one is a repurchase, and I had actually included this in my VIB sale recommendations video, but that video went too long and I hadn't realized that my camera had cut off that video and started a new one. So I guess like after 33 minutes, it starts a brand new video. Well, I lost a little bit of footage, and this was one of those products that I lost in there. So it didn't make it into the video, but this is the Diorshow Maximizer 3D Triple Volume Plumping Lash Primer. This is probably my 5th tube of this. I can't live without it. It makes my lashes so full and long to the point where people will ask me what mascara I'm wearing and if I'm wearing false lashes. I don't think any mascara or primer can give you the actual look of false lashes. I think that's a lie. But I do find that this one gives me the closest to it, to the point where if I run out, because I have run out before, and I'm like, let me see if I can live without it, you know, let me try, I don't have to go pay $30 for this, and then I end up going back for another one because I just can't live without it. Now, with the 20% off, it comes to about $24, so now's the time to stock up on these kind of things if you need to repurchase or if you're looking to try them out. But it just comes in a regular tube like this, and it's just a regular primer. It's white. It goes on white. The difference between this one and a lot of lash primers is that this one has a little bit of like a serum consistency in addition to the creamy feel, and so I think that's what makes all the difference. And I've tried a lot of lash primers, including the Lancome version, the Tarte version, the Urban Decay version. Nothing has ever come close to this, so I love these, and I pick them up every time there's a sale so I can stock up. The next item is still in the skincare I guess, area. And this is the Pure Skin Face Cleanser by First Aid Beauty, and I did talk about this in my recommendations. I had the little deluxe sample, and I loved it so much that I was like, I need to pick up the full size because this, nothing takes off everything in one step, including my eye makeup, stubborn eye makeup, and it's due to that primer, like this one. And this is just, I mean, it's a great price. It was $30 minus the 20%. So, and this is like 8 ounces. So you won't be able to find anything this good, this size, and at this price. So I had to pick one up. The next item I picked up is actually a repurchase as well, and I still have a little bit left in my other tube, and I actually got this in a different, not a different shade, because they're really not pigmented. There's no color. It's a scent. This is the Clarins Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil, and it comes in this box. And this is by far one of the best products I have ever used for my lips. This one's in the shade, or I guess in the scent 01 Honey. The other one I have is the Cherry, so it's got a red tint. Again, no pigmentation or anything. I think it's just really the scent. Nothing leaves my lips as smooth as this does. So in the morning, at night I use it like a balm on my lips, or the Agave Lip Mask by Bite Beauty. And then in the morning after I brush my teeth, my lips always feel dry and a little tight. So this is what I put on, and I let it seep in for, you know, as I'm doing my makeup. And by like an hour later, my lips are so soft. My makeup, or my lipstick, glides on with absolutely no problem. Just my lips are moisturized all day long. I will be repurchasing this as often as that Dior primer. It's amazing. And I think it's $24, but with the discount you get it for $20, which is a lot for a, in essence, a lip gloss or a lip balm. But the Agave Lip Mask is also pretty pricey, and it does wonders for my lips. So in the winter, you can't really put a price when you've got dry and cracked lips. You can't put a price on comfortable lips. So this is amazing. The next item I picked up, I have been wanting since it released, or since it came out, and this is another one of those items. I'm gonna wait for the sale, and it's the Marc Jacobs Air Blush Soft Glow Duo, and I got mine in the shade Flesh and Fantasy. And I actually wanted to pick up a couple of these, but they're just so expensive, and it's one of those things where you just really do have to see if you like it before you go gung-ho and buying all these other shades. But this is, I was gonna say, I feel like I have seen people haul this, and theirs came with a little like felt bag. Mine didn't, I don't think. No, it didn't. Oh, so sad. Not that I use them anyways, but okay, so the sleek Marc Jacobs packaging. Y'all know what that looks like. Very, very luxurious as always. And then you open it up, and it's got the pretty little, this thingy in there. So that is really, really nice. And then this shade is the one that's like a flesh nude type shade. It's probably the lightest of all of them. And it just has such a beautiful sheen. I have swatched it in the store. That's how I knew that this was the one I wanted to get. And it's, like I said, it's really light. That's what that looks like. So this would probably kind of compare to the NARS Luster or Madly shade, maybe even a little bit lighter. The only difference is that this one has that sheen. It's beautiful. I really want another. Okay, the next item I picked up, I actually grabbed it right before the sale started, and so I know it has since sold out, so I did pay regular price for this, but this is the NARS Sarah Moon Velvet Lip Glide Set. So in a haul not too long ago, I mentioned that I had picked up one of the full size in the shade Bound, but I wanted to pick up others so that I could give you a comparison, and this seemed like the best way to do that. So let me give you swatches of what these look like now. This doesn't come in any kind of collectible packaging or anything. The box is beautiful, but it doesn't have any kind of hard case or anything, which is unusual. I thought it was going to, but it really just comes out in a little plastic tray. So I think it was $45. If it does come back in stock, then you'd save the $9 off of that. So it comes with a very similar shade range, but a very good way to try them to see if you like them and then want to commit to the full size later. So again, this shade range is very, very similar. The real reason you'd probably want to pick this up is to be able to try all these different shades and see how they perform. But there isn't a whole lot of variety on the color scheme. So you've got just a bunch of reds and aubergines, and you've got the one nude right here, which is Bound. I think that's probably the most popular one. But that's what those look like. I have not, other than wearing Bound, because that's the one I had picked up in the full size, I haven't tried these out, so I don't know how to tell you that they perform. I know that they glide on very, very nicely onto the skin. There's a little bit of patchiness, but that's to be expected with these darker colors. So more to come on this. I will do a Dazzled or Disappointed on these. Even though the set is limited edition and may sell out, it's sold out now. I'm assuming it'll come back in stock, but the full size will still be there, and that way you know if they're worth picking up or not. In keeping with the NARS Sarah Moon collection, I did pick up the eyeshadow and blush palette. So I'm not a super big fan of the dual intensity products. Sometimes I feel like it's really hard to get the color payoff that I want, but NARS holiday packaging is always so stunning that I always feel like I need to pick it up. And that's last year I ended up loving both the packaging and the products inside. This one I picked up mainly for the packaging and also to give some of the dual intensities a retry. Maybe I've changed my mind, but mainly for the packaging. So that's what the box looks like. And the nice thing is that this one does have that collectible Sarah Moon packaging on the inside that you know, get to hold on to, unlike the lip set that was only that cardboard box. So the palette matches the box. It's got like a frosted cover. It's beautiful. Probably one of my favorites in a very long time for NARS holiday. So that's what the palette looks like. And then on the back, let's see. Well, on the back it doesn't really have the shade names. It's just really Roman numerals. So they're numbered, but there's no shade names. So let me open this bad boy up and show you what you get inside. You get 6 dual intensity eyeshadows, and then you get 3 of the face products. When these first came out, I was so excited because they swatched so beautifully, and they had that intensity, that glow that I really wanted in a highlight. Well, it just didn't translate from brush to face, and so I remember I returned the ones I had picked up and just was not crazy about it. It was so disappointing. I do have a couple of the singles of the dual intensity eyeshadows, and I'm pretty happy with them. I mean, they're not my favorite products of life, but I'm pretty happy with them. But I just figured this was a good way to retry the face products, get the pretty packaging, and then get the eyeshadows that maybe I'm not thrilled about, or, you know, they're not top on my list, but I will definitely put them to good use. So let me give you a couple of swatches on how those look. Okay, here's 3 of the eyeshadow swatches. So they've got a very soft, I mean, the color is there, but they've got a very soft feel, so they're not going to be super intense. Now these are designed to be more intense. You can build them up wet, so you are able to wet your brush and put these in. It's not supposed to give you that hard pan on top, but that's what those look like. So the eyeshadow shades are very, very neutral. Let me give you swatches of the face shades so that you kind of have an idea what those look like. And again, these swatch very beautifully on the finger, so I don't know if this is going to be kind of the same go around where it swatches beautifully, but then it just doesn't translate from the brush to the face. But that's what those look like. And there they are. So they're definitely softer. They're not going to be your intense, if that's what you're used to, you know, dipping your brush in once and getting a huge amount of payoff. This is not going to be that. Okay, I only have 2 products left, and they both are, well, I guess eyeshadow products, but one of them has a face product. So I pulled this apart just because it was so hard to pull apart. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to take forever on camera pulling this out of the packaging. And I'm one of those that when something is brand new, I hate ripping the packaging. I like keeping everything kind of nice and neat. It makes it feel like it's newer, longer. I don't know, I'm just weird that way. But I picked up the Estee Edit Gritty and Glow, the face and eye palettes. They came like this, so one comes sticking out on one side and one comes sticking out on the other side. And this has gotten 5 stars on Sephora.com ever since it released. I have not really seen bad reviews on this. And so I have not swatched them, obviously, but I have seen them in store. But I wasn't able to really play with it while I was there. So you get a silver one, which is the Glow Face and Eye Palette. Sorry, this one's the face palette, and this one's the eye palette. So it's called Gritty and Glow, which is kind of cool. I love it when companies go all out with like sparkle, and these two are no exception. I mean, super, super sparkly, especially the silver one. And what I like is it's not the glitter that comes off. It's like a smooth surface. I don't know, it's hard to describe. But that's what those look like. Let me give you swatches and show you what they look like on the inside. So you do get a little transparency that has the names of each product on there. And this is what it looks like right there. This is the face palette, and so this has got really your highlighters mainly, and then there's a couple of darker shades that you can probably use for, definitely not contouring because they're super metallic, but I guess like a bronzy, glowy type look. So let me show you what these look like. Wow. Okay, here's all but one shade. So this is what they look like. These two are highlighters. These two look more along the lines of like blush because they're pinky toned. And then this one right here is one of the bronzy looking shades. So that's what they look like. They're very, very soft and very, very pigmented. And that's what they look like right there. Okay, the other one is the Gritty Eye Palette, and let me show you what that looks like. Again, you have the same little transparency that gives you the names of each shade, and this is what this palette looks like. It's incredible. Let's do swatches real quick. Holy moly. These shades are incredible, especially this one on my fourth finger. Wow. Okay, so I did a swatch of like that brown wine color. It's kind of hard to describe. I did the dark green. This one is like a duochrome. It shifts from like blue to green, kind of aqua, turquoise. This shade is worth the whole set in itself. And this one is kind of like the bronzy shade. These are so smooth. I'm incredibly impressed. Wow. Oh my gosh. So let me, hold on. Sometimes I feel like I'm bad at swatching these down my hand. There we go. Right there. Holy moly, look at this one right there. Oh my gosh, that's so incredible. It's stunning. I can't wait to use it. I'm so excited. Okay guys, we've reached the end of the haul. I have one product left, and this was, I had to really think about this one because it's been getting truly, truly mixed reviews. For the price, it should have 5 stars across the board. However, I tried her All Over Glow, the face and body shimmer, or I can't remember what it's called. It's called Glow. And I absolutely loved it. I had seen incredible reviews with the previous eyeshadow palettes. Never was going to pay that much for them. But this one came out that was slightly less. Came with a few less shadows as well, but slightly less in price. And with the 20% off, I thought if there's ever going to be a time that I'm going to try this out, it's going to be now, because I will not pay full price for this. So I did pick up the Natasha Denona Star eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to tell you, upon first look, I opened up the box. I have not swatched these yet. I opened up the box and I was stunned with how beautiful they look. I have never been that amazed upon like first looking at a palette. I was like, oh my goodness, I could hear like the singing in the background, you know, celebration. Anyways, so you know that I like the chunkier glitter, I like those metallic foiled sparkly shades, and this is supposed to deliver that. Now, again, I have seen quite a few mixed reviews on Sephora.com, and I'm wondering if people just don't know how to use it. I think it might be along the lines of the Huda eyeshadow palette, which I did pick up with the VIB sale, so that's coming in a haul very soon. So I'm wondering if it's along those same lines that people just don't know how to work with those chunkier shades, because I see a lot of complaints about fallout and things like that. And these types of glittery metallic shades do have that negative side if you don't know how to use them. So I'm going to show this to you. The back of the box does give you the names of the products, or of the shadows. So let me show you the inside. Now I have not swatched this. It almost hurts my heart to swatch it because it was so much. But the packaging is really, really nice. This is probably the most quality packaging I have ever seen on an eyeshadow palette. I mean, it's obviously should be for the price, but I'm trying to describe it to you. It's got like a layer of almost foam to kind of protect the shadows. It's very, very hefty. You can tell it's a very sturdy palette. Now, let me show you the inside. The inside does come with like a little transparency as well. It's connected, but it's perforated, so if this is not your thing, you can rip it out and throw it away. I personally am going to leave it on there. Two things. One, because I want to know what the shades are called down the road, because I won't remember. And two, because I have seen people on YouTube, I've watched videos of people who've ripped this out, and the product, because there is so much fallout, it gets all over the top part. So just an FYI if in fact you are looking at picking this up. But here's what these look like. Oh my goodness. This is probably, I don't even know if it's going to come off as beautiful on camera as it is in person. It's just, I think it's probably the most stunning first, not even first impression because I haven't swatched them, but upon first look. Kind of, if there would be a love at first sight, it would be this. So that's what that looks like. And let me give you some swatches. I'm going to go ahead and swatch a few from each side because it is broken up into halves, and you may have already seen this on reviews and videos. It's broken up into a cool side and a warm side. So you've got the warms over here, you've got the cool tones over here, which is nice. And then FYI, again, you may already know this, but FYI for those who don't know, it's designed by row so that you can create a look by the row or diagonal as well. So those are made to complement each other, and that's really good for beginners just who are wondering, okay, what am I going to pair up? Well, by row, diagonal, it kind of already spells it out for you. Would I recommend this for beginners? I don't think I would, only because I'm seeing so many of the reviews saying with the fallout and it just doesn't stay and it's just bad quality. And so you really need to know how to pack this onto the lid, especially using like I'm going to use a glitter glue. That usually helps these things adhere to the eyelid, but it might be a little frustrating for someone who's just starting out in makeup, and so I would definitely recommend going a less expensive route to just, you know, get that experience and then venture into something like this. So let me give you a few swatches. I'm excited because I've never, oh my gosh. Now I'm also going to say that these chunkier shades, I think it's pigment packed together. It's packed pigment, not loose pigment, but it's pigment. So pigment always has more fallout, and you just have to be a little bit more careful. So I am basically just dabbing my finger in this. I'm not kind of going to town like I usually do. And so let me see what else. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is lovely. Wow. Okay, let me give you a couple of the mattes. Now, I think these mattes are supposed to be reformulated. I don't know because I have not used any of her previous eyeshadow palettes. So I don't know if the quality is better or not, but supposedly this is supposed to be a better quality. So far I'm not having any issues, which is nice. Okay, here they are. I did, let me see, let me flap this little thing down so I can tell you the names. I did Spectrum, I did Atria, I did Cosmo, Electra, and Polaris. So see how like this one's you can see that it's chunky. And if you sweep it on, it's going to have fallout. So this especially is one of those ones you just have to pack it on. Don't be like sweeping it across the lid or anything. Wow. I'm pretty impressed. Again, it's very first impression, it's very preliminary. I haven't used it yet. I haven't gotten frustrated with it yet. So more to come on that, but upon first swatching, I'm actually very, very happy I picked this up. I think it was totally worth it at this point in time. I might change that point of view in the near future. Who knows? More to come on that. And actually, you know what? Let me give you... It's such a huge purchase. This is so expensive. Let me give you a few more swatches. I feel like 4 swatches is kind of not... it's not enough to kind of give you enough meat to go on to see if you should pick it up in the VIB sale. So let me swatch 4 more. So the mattes seem to be swatching really, really creamy. I mean, I'm not having, again, very preliminary, but I'm not having any issues. So here are another 4 shades. This is Bellatrix, this is Orion, let's see, this one's Titania, and this one is Vega. This one's really, really pretty. And I feel like a lot of companies are now coming out with this type of shade. It's that, I think MAC started it all with the blue-brown pigment, but that's very much what it looks like. Alright guys, that does it for my haul for the Sephora 20% off Friends and Family sale. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you saw a few things that you might want to pick up during the VIB sale. Like I said, I did pick up a few more things. I didn't go crazy with the VIB Rouge sale only because I really did all the damage during the Friends and Family sale. And so I will have another haul up very, very soon. Like my husband says, my shoe game is suffering because I just... really, clothes and shoes just have kind of been put on the back burner, and I just, those that know me know I love makeup, and not necessarily fashion because I don't have to go with what's, you know, in style, even though sometimes I do like what's in style, but I love clothes and I love shoes. So it usually is a balancing act on, you know, my budget. Okay, well, what can I buy as far as dipping into all 3? Well, it has literally been all about the makeup recently. So anyways, a haul to come very, very soon. I hope you have found this haul helpful. Definitely not trying to help you spend your money or anything, but these are the things I picked up, and you know, if you found something that might suit your fancy, then now's the time to grab it. So let me give you the verse of the day before I let you go, and it comes from 1 Samuel 16:7, and it says, "People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." So I think this is especially meaningful now that we're going over makeup items because we love to wear makeup, mainly because it's fun. But, you know, I mean, that's not what really matters. What really, really matters is what's on the inside of a person. And so, you know, it's fun to make the outside look pretty, but you can be, you need to also be pretty on the inside. So I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Today is Saturday, and I'm hoping to get this video up this weekend, so it should still be the weekend for y'all too. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the fall weather now that Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm so excited. This is going to sound completely crazy, but this is the first weekend in November, and I am putting up my Christmas tree, or our Christmas tree, tomorrow. I'm so excited. I know people think I'm nuts when I tell them. I love telling people at work because they look at me with the craziest look, like it's not even Thanksgiving yet. I'm like, I know. But there will be a Christmas tree, and we'll be watching Elf and a few other Christmas movies. But anyways, I do love the Christmas season. Alright guys, I'll see you very soon in the next video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. If you found this video helpful and you liked it, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, and I hope you'll consider to subscribe to my channel. This way you're notified of any videos that I post, and I will see you in the next video very, very soon. Bye!